and welcome back to my channel. My name is Coralie and welcome to episode 2 of the Wealthy Girl Diaries. So we are going to dive right back in to where I left off. I'll give you a quick little summary. Basically, where I left off the episode last week was I was waiting to hear back from a potential video editing client to do a test edit. So let's see if that happens. Basically, this episode is just going to be going over what I'm doing to find freelance clients, how I am upping my income, how my self-employment freelance journey is going, and yeah, without further ado, let's just dive straight on into it. Okay, so I have officially just received all the footage from the girl that I was talking to about becoming her YouTube editor, and it is time to do my test edit. So she has sent through all her old footage of an old day in the life vlog, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to edit, say, a 3 to 4 minute section of that video so she can see what my editing style is like and whether she thinks I'm going to be a good fit or not. So this edit will, I'm assuming, consist of montages, her speaking, transitions, text additions, sound effects, music, all that sort of stuff. And I feel like a 3 to 4 minute edit, it's probably going to take me, I'm going to guess, around anywhere between 2 to 3 hours, because I am a very quick editor, but I'm quite a quick editor with my own content. Obviously, when I'm editing for someone else, it's going to take a lot longer because I don't know what she's filmed. I have to go through all of that, and then obviously I have to do a good job because it's somebody else's content. But yeah, I am super excited to give this a go and see how it turns out, and just fingers crossed that she likes it and I can become her editor, because this would be a huge step, because in my eyes, she's a pretty big YouTuber. She's got 45,000 subscribers, and being able to be her editor would be absolutely insane. So let's download the footage and get to work. Okay, so the one thing I will say that has been a little bit frustrating about this is downloading all of the content has been a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. So like I said, she sent through a day in the life, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I have downloaded all her footage from Monday so I can play around and edit that and send her the test edit of Monday. And it took 2 hours just to download Monday, which is absolutely insane. Now, the thing is with this is, if we do end up working together, that's only going to be a problem for about a month or so, I'm going to say, because the download speed here where I'm living in Germany is horrific. So I just have to download all the content the night before and keep it going overnight. And then hopefully when I get back to Australia, that's not an issue and it downloads a lot quicker. But that was a little bit frustrating because it took a very, very, very long time to download. But now that I've got all of Monday's footage downloaded, it's time to put it into Final Cut Pro and just play, just edit, see what I can do, and then get it back to her as soon as possible. Hopefully tonight. It's just after 7 right now, so if I can get this done tonight, that will be brilliant, and I can get it back to her as soon as possible so she's got time to review it and get back to me. So fingers crossed she likes it. But either way, no matter what happens, it's a good experience. But let's get editing. Also, yes, if you're wondering, my pajama shirt is absolutely amazing. It is a sausage dog on a dinosaur's body, which is kind of an inside joke between me and my parents. If you've watched this channel, you know I have a sausage dog called Milo, and he is, for lack of a better word, an absolute nightmare. So essentially this is just Milo, an absolute psycho sausage dog. So this is my pajamas, but it is cozy time. But without further ado, let's get editing. I've been looking forward to this all weekend because I knew she was sending through test footage, and now it's time to go. here in the office today, and I officially have 4 days left of work after today, which is absolutely crazy. But that also means that this month's paycheck is my last stable paycheck until I find a job back in Australia, which that could be straight away, that could be a couple months away. I really don't know. But the one thing I do know is that this month's paycheck will be a little bit more than what I normally get. So I work 3 days a week and my pay comes out to about 1,700 a month once you convert it from euros to AUD. And this month, because it's my final month working here, I have to get my annual leave, my overtime, and all that sort of stuff paid out. So it's looking at around 2,400, which is nothing crazy. And obviously I have to be careful with that. I have to make it last. I mean, I do have my freelance tutor work, which on a good month I'll make a couple thousand, but until I have a job lined up, I don't have stable income, which is scary, but that's okay. We'll take it day by day. I have a month off after this job because I don't fly home till May, so I'm just gonna spend that time soaking up Germany, being with my partner, and looking for freelance work. I should probably stop talking to the camera and get back to work, but 4 days left of work. Absolutely crazy. Okay, so it is Friday now. I haven't heard anything back from the person that I did a test edit for, which is totally fine. Either she hasn't looked at it yet, or she has and she's decided we're not a good fit, which is totally fine. But either way, I have been continually searching the Upwork job boards and applying for so many video editing jobs, and it is so hard to get a response back. I've had a couple people interested, but so far it hasn't gone anywhere. But I do have a job that I'm going to be doing next week. I actually had someone reach out via my email because they saw me asking for freelance work on YouTube, which is absolutely amazing. And that's going to be a proofreading / fact checking job. I'm going to be looking through someone's work and making sure it's all spelled correctly and everything is factual. So that should be a lot of fun. I'm going to be doing that for around $200. So I am happy with that. I do love a good proofreading edit job that way. But in terms of video editing, we haven't had any luck yet, which is unfortunate. But also, I know it's going to take a lot of time. I'm not going to just snap my fingers and all of a sudden be a video editor. But that's what this series is all about. We keep on persisting until we get something. Okay, so as I said, it is Friday today, and I don't actually have any freelance work for my tutoring job today, but I did think that I would tell you about what I have done so far this week. So since Sunday, so far this week, I have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have had 6 assignments to do. So 6 times 45, I have made $270 from my tutoring job. So the week's not over yet. I could still get some tomorrow, but $270 is a great place to start. It's obviously not enough to live off of. I need to make a lot more money freelancing before I can do this full time, but it is a great place to start. But while I'm here at my laptop, I'm going to check my survey website that I do, which is Octopus Group. The link is in the description. You guys can sign up and get like $5, I think, or something like that. But I got an email saying that there was a survey waiting for me, so I'm gonna jump in real quick and see what that is and do it, because why not? Okay, so it lied to me. Or I simply wasn't quick enough to get online and do the survey, and the people that they needed to answer the survey have already jumped in and answered it, but there is no surveys. However, I do have a current total of $14.73 here in my survey wallet, which is exciting because with Octopus Group, when you hit $20, that's when you're allowed to cash out. So I only have to do a couple more surveys and then I can cash out $20 from Octopus Group. So not the most effective way to side hustle, but a way to side hustle nonetheless. But yeah, I think I'm going to do my few hourly search on Upwork now, see if there's any video editing jobs worth applying for. There's been a couple good ones the past few days. I look every day, every few hours, and I've applied for quite a few, but most of them don't even get viewed. Like, your application doesn't even get viewed, which is quite frustrating, but you still got to put yourself out there and see what bites. So let's have a look. YouTube video editor for faceless health channel. Experienced videographer. Generally, what I am looking for would be to edit long form content. A lot of people on Upwork are looking for short form content, which I'd be more than happy to edit short form as well. I just prefer long form content, specifically vlogs or sit down videos or something like that would be ideal. But yeah, that is what I'm looking for. Okay, so this one seems interesting, so I think I will apply for it. Oh, it takes 17 connects, which is rough. I'm pretty sure a connect is like 15 cents each or something. Like, it is expensive, but hey, you gotta try. So I'm gonna apply for this, and I'll get back to you with any updates when I either get more test edits or if people reply to me. So far, there's not much going on. I'm just applying for jobs. Okay, I'm gonna apply now. Goodbye. See you later. Okay, so another thing that I want to document throughout this series is my YouTube channel and how much money that makes as I grow and all that sort of stuff. So I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an update. So I just spent the last few hours updating the operating system of my laptop and then updating Final Cut Pro because I haven't updated that in a while. Only for it to now no longer accept my hard drive, which I had all of my editing on, which normally that wouldn't be that big of a deal. Like, I normally edit one video at a time, but yesterday I spent about 3 to 4 hours working on my next video, the 11 side hustles to make you $1,000 a month or whatever I titled it, and now it's gone. That is so good. I have a wonderful sign here saying that the hard drive is damaged and cannot be updated, and no matter what I do, I can't get it to open. So all of those hours of editing is just gone, and that is that is brilliant. So I'm gonna have to start that again. Actually, I'm gonna have to figure out if I can get my hard drive to work again at all, or else I'm gonna have to get an entirely new hard drive. I'm having a great time. So my weekend will be spent re-editing that video because I want to get it out the start of next week. So that is so frustrating. I would have at least finished the video I was working on before I updated if I knew this was going to happen, but anyway, back to editing, I guess. Okay, so it is Sunday today and I have officially landed my first video editing client and I am so incredibly excited. So it actually isn't the girl that I did the test edit for on Monday. I still haven't heard back from her, so I'm assuming she either has decided not to go with an editor or she has decided to go with someone else, but I will give it another week before I completely rule it out. Like, she literally could just be busy and hasn't looked at the footage yet. Like, I would like to assume once she's looked at the footage, she would at least message me to say she's not interested, but she hasn't done anything like that yet. So I'm assuming I don't have the position, but I will give it another week or so before I say for definite. But I did get a video editing client and I am so excited about this one. So this person actually reached out to me on Upwork and Oh my God, I'm so excited. It is going to be an 8-part vlogging / documentary series about this person fixing up their boat, and I think it's going to be so much fun, and it's going to be the perfect fit because this person is from Adelaide, and Adelaide is my home city. I head back to Adelaide in May, so they're close by. It's going to be super easy to communicate, and yeah, I am so incredibly excited for this series. It's, like I said, it's going to be an 8-part series, and he estimates it's going to take around 6 months or so for him to actually do what he has to do, film everything, get me the footage. So it is quite a long-term project, but I'm so excited. Like, it's legit. He's sent the contract through on Upwork and it's happening. So there probably won't be much happening for a couple weeks. He said he needs a little bit of time to get the footage together and all that sort of stuff, which is perfectly fine because it's going to be so much easier for me to edit content back in Australia when I have my actual computer, not just my laptop. But I officially have a client and oh my God, I'm so excited. Alrighty guys, so I am posted up in my usual position in front of my laptop, and I am going to end the Wealthy Girl Diaries episode 2 here because tomorrow is Monday and we're starting up a fresh week. So quickly, let's go over everything that happened this week. So in terms of earnings, it was a pretty quiet week. I made just over $300 from my tutoring position, and I didn't make much other money anywhere else. I maybe made $2 from online surveys. I spent heaps and heaps of time on Upwork applying for jobs, and I did get a few bites, a few people interested, but so far that hasn't gone anywhere besides the one contract that I did get that I talked about in the previous clip, which I'm so excited for. So like I said, that's going to be like around a 6-month project, and throughout those 6 months I'm gonna make a couple $1,000s. Like, he is paying pretty well, but I am just so excited to have my first client and be able to slowly build up my portfolio. Now, in terms of YouTube earnings, let's look at that real quick as well. I'm just going to put my channel analytics to the last 7 days. And within the last 7 days, my channel made $16.18, which is very exciting. Anytime I make any money off of YouTube, I am so excited and giddy about it because YouTube is like my main passion. And if I could do YouTube content creation and freelancing full time, I would be one happy girl. But yeah, I'm gonna end this one here and start a new episode tomorrow because I should be getting the documents that I need to proofread and fact check, which I talked about earlier in the week, tomorrow. So I'm assuming because there is quite a bit of fact checking and all that sort of stuff, it's probably going to take a couple days to get through that, but that is going to be in the next episode where we can start documenting how much money we made in a week again, because hopefully it'll be a better week than what we made this week because the tutoring position should continue. I've got my last week of work next week, which is crazy. I am part-time, so I only have 3 days of work and then I'm done, which means I'm gonna have ample time to film videos and try and get jobs and clients and all that sort of stuff. But all in all, I'm gonna say this was a very successful week because I got a client, and honestly, I didn't expect it to happen that quickly, and I am just so very excited. But yeah, I'm feeling inspired, I'm feeling motivated, and I'm gonna spend some time editing this video and then probably, you guessed it, searching through Upwork, because honestly, ideally, I've got this client now, which is a long-term position. It's probably going to be editing a video once a month or something like that. Like, it's not a huge amount, so it would be ideal to get a client who's a YouTuber that posts 1 to 2 times a week, so then I could edit their content as well. But Wealthy Girl Diaries episode 2. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I put out new videos every few days. Subscribe and hit that notification bell if you'd like to see more. And I'll see you next time. Bye guys. Ooh.